Howdy, howdy. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome, welcome to Wednesday Wardrobing. Tonight we are talking about why some clothes look more expensive than others. But before I get started with that, I wanted to share some exciting news. One is that we are now going to be carrying our SeneGence line on our online store. So I'm super excited about that because now that's going to allow me, when I release the weekly collections, to also give you lips and eyeshadow colors that are going to go with that collection. So we're moving toward creating that entire look, from our makeup to our clothing, to our shoes, to our handbags, to our jewelry, just that pulled together look that we are all about here at Fashion Crossroads. So super excited about that. By the way, tonight I have added some pearlizer. I almost said glowify. Pearlizer to my face. That is that dewy, kind of shiny look that you see on my cheeks. I put a little bit on my chin, a little bit on the bridge of my nose, and that is this that is this product right here, the pearlizer. So you can see that it's got all that wonderful, pretty shimmery feature to it, I guess. So it's great for adding a highlighter, but it's so much easier to use than the typical highlighters and that almost get garish a little bit when you see like this white stripe and this white stripe. So I love pearlizer. You can add it after you put your makeup on, like I did tonight, or you can put a tiny little drop in your foundation and just use it all over your face. Both are great. Also, I wanted to remind you that with SeneGence you can mix colors. So you guys know I am a huge sheerberry fan. Love sheerberry, wear it all the time. Well, tonight I decided what would happen if I did 2 layers of sheerberry and then 1 layer of another of my favorites, which is precious topaz. So here's sheerberry, so you can see it's kind of like a little bit of a pink brown. And then this is the precious topaz, more brown. And so this is the combo that I got. So that's fun. I just wanted to remind you that you can layer your SeneGence lipsticks to create completely new colors for you. So you can do 1 layer of one color and 2 layers of the other, which will give you one combination. Or you can do 2 layers of one color and 1 layer of the other color, which will give you another combination. So with your 2 lipsticks, you can actually create 4 shades. And then if you add a third one in and do 1 layer of one layer of the other, 1 layer of the other, then you expand to 6 shades. So that's just another way of getting more value out of your LipSense and expanding your color options. So definitely play around with that. And one good way to do it is by just doing your stripes. So take your favorite color, so in this case sheerberry, and do a little stripe on your hand like that, and then let that dry, and then take your other color and stripe over the top of that and see what you get and see if you like it, and then try it on your lips. So that's a great way to test out. I'm actually going to let that dry a little bit because I got it a little bit globby right there. And let that dry before I put that other color on there. So that's new and exciting news for you guys. Okay, so why is it that some clothes look more expensive than others? Why is it that you can go in and see a blue tee at Walmart that's $15 and a blue tee here that's $50, and the blue tee here looks different? It looks more expensive. Not only is it more expensive, it looks more expensive. There's actually really valid reasons for that. So first of all, fit. Fit matters. And whenever we're talking about clothing, fit comes first. Having a good quality fabric that fits well, that sits on your shoulders properly, that has a good drape, that doesn't cling but or lay on your body, but actually drapes or skims over your body, that is key. And you are only going to get that with higher quality fabrics. The lower the quality fabric, the more that it is going to show your figure flaws that you don't want to show. So fit is everything, because it matters how you feel, and the fit is going to absolutely dictate that. So fabric makes a huge difference. You want to look for fabrics with drape and recovery. We talked about recovery a few weeks ago in my Jean Wednesday wardrobing. If you're curious about that, go back. You can find that either by scrolling back in our VIP group or going to YouTube. Quality fabrics keep their shape and they wrinkle less, so they look nicer on. Texture often adds interest better than loud patterns. And good fabric moves with you. It skims your body rather than lays on your body. The third issue, we talked about fabric, we talked about fit. The third thing is details. Higher quality items, which also mean more expensive, oftentimes have added details. So that $10 tee at Walmart probably is just a tee. It's probably the fabric is not very thick. It probably definitely is not a heavy fabric, therefore it doesn't have a good drape. And it has no extras, no added details. It's just your basic tee. Whereas here, you're going to see all kinds of details. And I'm going to show you what some of those examples of those here in just a second. But some of the things to look for: interesting necklines, beautiful sleeve finishes, quality stitching, thoughtful buttons and trims, and clean hems and great construction. Those are some of the things that you're always going to want to look for. And then I also want to point out that one simple, interesting piece paired with a basic bottom is often classier and more elegant and looks more expensive than loud pieces of less quality. So you're better off to spend the money on the one piece, and that's going to make you look better than just doing cheaper things where nothing fits, nothing's flattering, nothing lays on the body right, and after you wash it one time, it looks like crap and you don't really feel great in it again. Also, accessories matter. Finishing the look. That's what we talked about at the beginning of this video when I was talking about your makeup. Finishing the look with accessories. Adding that pair of earrings that just makes the whole thing feel like you finished it. Adding your necklaces, layering your necklaces, wearing more than one, wearing some bracelets. All of those things add that sense of, I guess pulled togetherness that lends itself to feeling more expensive. Your handbag, your shoes, the whole picture. You got to think about the whole picture from head to toe. Choose one or two quality accessories instead of many competing pieces. Again, you know, you can do the crazy layering, and I've seen it done and it's so cute, but oftentimes just a couple is all you need to get that look to feel trendy and pulled together without being overdone. Structured handbags are a great way to add a pop of color without wearing a color that is hard for you to wear, and they can add that sense of class and pulled togetherness in an outfit as well. And then confidence. The most expensive looking outfit usually is the one that fits well. And ladies, this is my mantra, and I believe it with all of my heart, that if you feel good in what you wear, it is absolutely going to come out in the way that you present yourself to your clients, to your boss, to your friends and family. It absolutely matters. That's why I believe in Dress for Success so much, because those ladies, when they come in there, they're like this. They leave with their head up and their chin up, feeling like an amazing woman, because finally they feel great in what they're wearing. So it really does benefit you to buy the best quality that you can afford so you can feel great in your clothes, so that you have that level of confidence that's going to come out naturally when you feel like I look really good. Okay, So before I show you the clothes, I wanted to add my other layer of precious topaz. So there's sheerberry. So then I'm just going to take my precious topaz and I'm going to add a layer over the top of that. And then that's going to allow me to see what that combo is going to look like. And for those of you that aren't familiar with LipSense, no smudging, no budging. Once it's on, it stays on. It doesn't get on your clothes, so we love that. All right, so let's talk about some of these things in these pieces that I've picked. By the way, all of these pieces are available to shop online. I created a Wednesday wardrobing collection titled the same title of this Wednesday wardrobing, which is Why Some Clothes Look More Expensive than Others. So these are all going to be available in that collection. So if you see something you like, you can go grab it. And the link to that is right in the description to this video. So here's a great example of a lot of those things that we talked about. So thoughtful details. So we've got all of this careful detail happening on this beautiful blouse. You've got this multi-layered here. You've got the little stand-up collar. You have a flutter sleeve, which is very feminine, not just a sleeve, but it actually has, you know, a flowy sense to it. You've got your notch neck, you've got your beautiful covered button detail, and then you have this gorgeous print that is combining the pink, the hot pink, but bringing it down and making it classier with this earthy orange that they've combined together. And again, another thing that you'll often find is in more expensive things, they are layered. And the layering is one of those things that helps it skim the body instead of laying on the body. So this little top paired up with a khaki slack for work, a white slack for work. I think you could even do a brown, like a little bit warmer brown slack for work, would be beautiful and look professional and look expensive because of all of these details. Even if your pant was very basic, this top with all these details is going to add that extra bit of classiness. And if the neck is too low, then you can simply just add a little tank right in there. One of our Nikki Bicky tanks would be wonderful with that. So this is Liverpool and it's $89. Here's another Liverpool option, and one of the things I wanted to show you on this one is quality construction. So do your prints match on the seam. That is a big, big, big sign of quality. Well, darn it, let me do this one over here because that tag's gonna be in the way. So when you're looking at quality, and I want you to do this test, I want you to go in like to H&M or one of those kind of fast fashion places where everything's pretty inexpensive, and I want you to look at a printed top and look at the seam. So when your fabric is matched up so that the print, do you see that? Looks like it just continues around rather than stopping and starting. Do you see that? That is a sign of quality. That's always something you want to look for. And believe it or not, that is noticeable. When you're turning to the side and you have your arm out, that's exactly what people see, is how those prints are mismatched. And right away, when you see that, you know not such a great quality item. So construction really matters. It takes more time for the seamstresses to line up the print like that. It takes them time to do that. They have to waste fabric to get this fabric so that it lines up like that. That lends itself to quality. It also increases the price. But those are the kinds of things that you should expect when you are seeking a quality item. This little detail here, they didn't have to do that. This is an embroidered, a whole embroidered band right here in a contrasting color that goes the entire way of the V. Now when I hold that back, look at how pretty that just pops that neck with that tiny little bit of orange detailing. And then if you were to wear a pretty little necklace with an orange stone, how gorgeous that would be in that open neck of this little lightweight sweater. So great examples of quality. So this is Liverpool, also it's $89. Then the next, well, let's see, this is a Staccato. So Staccato is one of our less expensive brands, but they do a great job of doing what I'm talking about. So this is a little Staccato navy blue shirt. So again, you've got your little stand-up collar, you have your V-neck, you have a hidden snap, so that's very nice. And then you have buttons following that. So this is going to be pulled in here, so you're not going to be showing anything you don't want to show. And then you have, again, your little pin tucking detail or tucked detail on the sleeve. You have your little bit of tucked detail there. Very beautiful blouse. And that I'm not seeing any extra details, just again that little stand-up collar in the back, $47. So that's an amazing price for all of those extra details. Now this fabric is textured rayon, so it's got a little bit of texture in it, or polyester. Let's see, it could be a poly rayon blend. Let's see what this is. It's 100% polyester. So little bit less expensive fabric, which is why they can get the price down, but they've still taken the time to add all those details that is going to make this top look as expensive as this top. So that's how you be a good shopper. All right, then we've got a couple that are on sale that I love. This is from Kate. This is our embroidered line, and it's all hand embroidered. And the first thing you notice when you pick up this tee is how heavy the fabric is. This is a weighty, meaty cotton. This is not lightweight. This is not something that you're going to see through. It's meaty, it's weighty. It actually, you can feel it when you pick the item up. And then they've done this beautiful embroidery. So this is embroidered, and then this is like a hand-painted little splatters of paint. So when you start getting details like this, those are also the kind of details that we're talking about. So not just the embroidered flowers, but also these little splatters of paint. And then to finish it off, the hand-signed Kate on the back with a little embroidered heart. Those are the kinds of things that elevate something from a basic to something that is nice and usually a little bit more expensive too. But I want you to know why it is. The quality of the fabric, the quality of the fit, the quality of the details. So this one is on sale, $65.10. It was originally $93. We're almost sold out of it, but if you like it, you might go check and see if we have your size. And then this one is a tribal, again, tons of detail here. So you have the kind of the layered effect on the shoulder here. They're all sewn together. And then you have this beautiful V-neck. And you have, I'm trying to see if there's anything else. It seems like there was something else with this top. No, just that, just those beautiful shoulder details, and then this cute little trendy cap sleeves. And then this beautiful print, again, look at what they've done. There's hot pink, but they have weighted it down, made it classier by adding those earthy tones to the hot pink. So it isn't just like, hot pink top. It's hot pink, but we've got some earth tone green, some earth tone kind of tobacco colors, some black, that have pulled that hot pink down and made it classier. And this one is on sale for $57.40, down from $82. So hopefully those examples help you to understand what I'm talking about when I'm trying to answer the question, why do some things look more expensive than others? Alrighty, hi Judy, thank you for watching. And then here is that color that I got when I mixed those two SeneGence colors. All right, you guys, have a great night. Share this video with somebody that you think would love it. Talk to you later.